adventures. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm sitting here with Maia Detmer, 2023 Western States finisher. We're wrapping up a race weekend here in Auburn, California. Congratulations, Maia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I would love to hear sort of a little bit of backstory and how we wound up here.
So my first qualifier was back in 2014. Since that point, so 9 years ago, I've been dreaming of running Western States, and it's taken this long to finally do it. I am so grateful for this entire experience, having my entire crew and my boyfriend Sam, all my pacers. It's just been beyond memorable.
So how many tickets did you have in the lottery this year?
I had 32.
32 tickets.
This was everything that I hoped it would be. You know, I'm so grateful for everything.
Okay, so take us into race morning. How were you feeling? Preparations, and where was your mind? What was kind of mindset going into the race?
Yeah, so we flew in Thursday. We stayed right at the start line at the Lincoln Valley, and I felt like enough time to adjust to getting there, knowing just everything we're about to get ourselves into, and just being in the whole ambiance of states and everything that encompasses that. This was my third time flying into Sacramento, going to Auburn and running sections of the course. April ran Canyons 100K specifically for states, and got this leather belt finishing that race.
Canyon.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I participated in the Memorial Weekend. 3 days, ran 70 of the 100 miles.
That was the Western States training camp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, did that and met a lot of new people, shared some miles with them even yesterday. So that was awesome. And then back for the big dance. So I felt calm.
Yeah, guys, get it! Maia! Team Gorney, yeah! Great race! So the big story this year at the race kind of seemed to be the snow on the course. There was a lot of snow. We just had a huge snow year everywhere in the U.S. So how did that play into the beginning of the race?
Right, so there was way more snow than it was. You know, it's how racing goes. You just never know exactly how the day is gonna lay out for you, and it was about 17 miles of snow. So it was.
Does that mean like you could see snow for 17 miles? It was spotty, or what was it like for you as a runner?
So there were some patches at the tail end of the first 17 miles where there was patches of dry dirt, but also a lot of muddy sections. So like the snow melt, there was a lot of water crossings, river, creek, all that. Like went up to my hip in one section, my knees with water. But yeah, snow as far as you can see, and going up the escarpment. There was patches of some dirt, but a lot of snow.
So like primarily you're running on snow.
Right. So it was some slow going.
Okay, so we saw you for the first time at Robinson Flat, which was like around mile 30.
Yes.
And yeah, you had sort of fallen behind, I think your projected pace a little bit because of the snow.
Right.
But you were moving well, you seemed in good spirits. You had just taking your time through the high country,
Right.
which I think turned out to be probably pretty smart.
I think it was, yeah, because when I rolled into Robinson Flat, I felt really good. My legs weren't that achy. I was in a great mood. I was just stuffing food down. I had honestly like very minimal issues. So I think that did pay off at that point because I feel like the hardest section was right about to come, and so I set myself up for more of a successful section than if I had tried to rush that snow part.
Yeah, Maya. Cool. So then the next time we saw you was at Foresthill. So you're at the 100K mark.
Right.
You came in just before dark, and you had run that section really smoothly, and you were still on pace for like a really, good race. That's where we came in, helped you, fixed you up, and then I got to jump in the race and pace for the next 16 miles of the course.
Yeah, Gorney. So you joined me from Foresthill all the way down to the river. Huge asset as far as that section, because after the Memorial Weekend run, that part made me the most nervous. Like 3 knee surgeries later, my knees do not like downhill, and that has like the very steep parts. So it was nice to have a familiar face and positive motivation to get me through that part.
Cool, well let's dive into some of that footage. I was with Maya from Foresthill to Rucky Chucky, so let's dive into some of that footage and check out the night hops on the trails. Okay guys, we're out here on the Western States course getting ready to pick up Maya pacing. We're just about a mile outside of Foresthill. Where are we, Maya? That whole section? Well, it went pretty quick. Okay, so I got to run with you from Foresthill to Rucky, Chucky, and we pulled into the river area. What it must have been like 2:30 or 3 in the morning, I think.
No concept of time.
Yeah. We just sort of ran through the night. So we got back we got into Rucky, Chucky with crew. Sam joined you there, and you guys went across the river together.
Yeah. So because of all of the snow melt, we could not cross the American River crossing by foot. So they had inflatable rafts, and so we were boated across. And that was the start of Sam's section.
Okay, so how far did Sam run with you?
16 miles.
He did 16, so that brought you to Pointed Rocks.
Pointed Rocks, and that's where Ryan paced me from Pointed Rocks basically to the finish. But then all of you guys got to join me for that last mile.
Yeah, so we met up around Roby Point when Ryan and Maia came out of the woods and into the neighborhood in Auburn, and we all joined her for the last mile, running through the neighborhood and onto the Placer High School track, the infamous the lap of the track to finish the race. So exciting. I think one of the highlights was Courtney DeWalter was cheering you on. She was at the track cheering racers in as they finished, late in the race, so that was super cool to see the support.
Yeah! Almost at the finish. Thank you, team. You guys are freaking amazing. Good job, girl. Thank you so much. Wonderful experience. And ready to celebrate.
Cool scene hitting the Placer High School track and all the support, and then we saw some of our Vegas friends. Kevin Youngblood, shout out to Kev LV Photography, was there taking photos, and shout out to Joe, who also finished Western States
so
and
proud of him.
under 24 hours. Another local Vegas ultra runner. Congrats, Joe. Final closing thoughts, Maia?
Just so grateful for everything, everyone from this past weekend. The spirit of States was definitely felt, and and I think we all felt that, and just very grateful for everything for the season.
Truly amazing experience. I was super honored to be invited on Team Birdie Goat, so thank you for bringing me along and allowing me to run some of the course and see the whole experience as well.
I'm glad you're here.
States 2024!
Vegas, baby!